A family's grief over losing a child is compounded tonight by the thought that government inaction may have contributed to his death. Now, Ottawa has launched an investigation into why it took 2 days for Canadian Forces searchers to begin looking for him. The teen disappeared from the Labrador community of Makovic on the weekend. His body was found on the sea ice yesterday. The CBC's Vicadopia has the story.
After scouring the Labrador wilderness, this was the first sign of 14-year-old Burton Winters. That was Tuesday, but he was reported missing Sunday. It took 2 days for Canadian Forces Search and Rescue to arrive on the scene. Volunteers say that's too long to wait for urgent expertise.
You want to see aircraft that are available and readily available when you need them. You know, lives up here are just as important as anywhere else in our country.
Winters' snowmobile was found 11 kilometers from Makovic on Tuesday. The next day, another 10 kilometers of footprints eventually led to his body. Canadian Forces searchers were the ones who made the discovery. Still, this union rep for rescue coordinators says he can't figure out why search and rescue joined in the effort so late.
What happened from Sunday evening to Tuesday evening is beyond me. It escapes me. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense at this stage.
In a statement, provincial emergency officials say Canadian Forces didn't respond to their call because of poor weather and availability of resources. But a military source tells us rescuers were standing by in Newfoundland, waiting to be called upon. Waiting too long for search and rescue is an old complaint in Newfoundland and Labrador. People say this part of the country doesn't get the rescue help it needs, and critics aren't letting this incident go.
How can a search and rescue helicopter be available to transport the Minister of Defence, but not ready to search for a lost teenage boy on the coast of Labrador?
And I've asked the officials to look into the incident, and I can inform the House that the Chief of Defence Staff has commenced an investigation.
Wendy, I spoke to the family of Burton Winters this evening. They hadn't heard an investigation was being launched. Tonight, they're still dealing with the death. And that is a question for another day. Wendy?
Thanks, Vic. Vicadopia in St. John's tonight.